Residents who have kiddie pools for this reason. Hey, bring your dog to the pool. And they were like, oh, going to somebody's house. Now, so long. Whoa. Man. Something else is way could have been, but I ain't. Yeah, somebody said the door parade next year. We run on count on it. I will be at the door parade next year. The queen of the corn. Yeah, the door parade is just a couple tractors and. That's it. That's it. Hey, thanks to Meijer, Christmas in July is here at Meijer. Save up to 50% or more on great items one day only, Thursday, July 6th. So tomorrow, offers can be clipped only via Emperor, except redeemable tomorrow. Thank you to Mom and Doc for Friends at Meijer. Up next, more holiday fun. As New Jersey Governor Chris Christie. This deal, this is amazing. He had some fun in the sun this weekend, and now everyone in America hates him. We'll discuss next. Times, regional speeds this morning. There's going to be more traffic than we did over the weekend, naturally, but we don't anticipate a full load of traffic on the expressways and major arteries because, some people take the rest of the week off. Coming Saturday morning, remember, eastbound M6 will be closed from 196 to Wilson Avenue for reconstruction. Westbound side will remain open Saturday morning. That happens. And you have lane closures continuing on Burton Street between Renton and the eastbound line. Valley Road is still closed. And Wolverine or Lakely, that must be 517 traffic. Sponsored by Sam's Club. It's instant savings time at Sam's Club. Save on delicious chicken breasts, fresh avocados, ambient water, and more. Stop by or visit samsclub.com for instant savings. Watch Club's Wolf Down Dogs in the Grand Comion Michigan Streets Hot Dog Eating Challenge, Saturday, July 8th at 2 Points Firefighters vs. Police. At 2:30, it's Team Gravy vs. Team Zane. Watch as they march to win 352 Grand Coney Donuts a year.
Glenn Getchow of Macatawa Bank leads one of the most capable treasury management teams in West Michigan, with an average of more than 15 years experience in the local market.
We onboard and service our clients with the same local team. Leveraging experience and technology, we can customize solutions for your business.
When you work with a team of professionals at Macatawa Bank, you're getting best-in-class advice to better manage your business. Accomplish more. Macatawabank.com/treasury to learn more.
Faced with a heart attack or other heart issues, it's natural to ask, where can I get the best care fast? Look to Metro Health, University of Michigan Health. Metro has a system in place to assess patients within 10 minutes of arrival. And if needed, get them into surgery in 90 minutes or less. Combine speed with expertise, and you get what it takes to beat the odds. Metro Health, University of Michigan Health, where your health is our passion. I'm gonna have life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
Eggs are a staple of the American diet. But are they healthy? I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, CNS Chief Medical Correspondent. Eggs are good for you because they're nutrient dense, says nutritionist Lisa Traer. They contain high-quality protein, meaning eggs offer all 9 essential amino acids that can't be made by humans, and therefore have to come from our diets. They help us build muscle. They help us feel full. That can help you stay healthy. Most of the vitamins and foods and the calories are found in the yolk, says Traer. She says yes, eggs are high in cholesterol, but they're low in saturated fat, which is the bigger culprit when it comes to raising bad cholesterol levels. When people get into trouble is how to prepare their eggs and what they eat with them. Scrambled eggs or an omelet with veggies can be really good for you. Fried eggs or eggs Benedict slathered in hollandaise sauce, obviously not so much. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
This morning you skipped breakfast, and you took an algebra test. U minus boo equals Z, plus math equals net. Divided by no sleep, this equation is UAD. Here's your answer, and you know it is it. Just go inside, go in. That morning, let us make you breakfast. Big Taco Bell.
yourself some good and save 20% with the Napa Bucket. That's Napa Know-How.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores while supplies last. Exclusions apply. Offer expires 7/24.
The Jim Rome Show, weekdays from noon to 3 on 107.3 WBBL FM. As big as when Hulk Hogan teamed up with Andre the Giant, the Eric Zane Show in the morning and the Huge Show in the afternoon, only on WBBL.
All right, welcome in. It's the Eric Zane Show. Julius is here. Andy is here. A lot of fun things to talk about this morning. All right. So, Jersey Governor Chris Christie. It's kind of like been a punchline for this guy, has it not? Since he was running for president. I mean, it was weird when he was all going to go against Trump, and then all of a sudden he backs out, and that's frankly, he became like, yeah, it was just really weird. He seemed like the dude that would get Trump's coffee. Right. It sure did. God, that was strange. What a weird time. And it keeps getting weirder. Every time you turn around, there's another weirdo story involving politics. On Friday, as the holiday is set, there's been like a government closure in New Jersey because of a budget impasse. And there's a place called Island Beach State Park. Now, to be fair, all of the beaches along the Jersey Shore, there's several owned beaches that people can go. There's plenty of beaches to go, but the state park itself is closed. So you should be able to go to the state park. Right. At all. Like if this happened in Michigan, you wouldn't be able to go to Grand Haven. Is that a state park? Yeah. Oh yeah, it is. Grand Haven State Park. So could you imagine that? You not being able to go to Grand Haven on 4th of July weekend? Wow. Those businesses would be pissed off. Did you hear what happened before we get into this Christie thing about what happened this weekend at Grand Haven? There was, you may remember last year at South Haven, there was like a bunch of bros there, and there was a big bro fight on the beach that went down. Vaguely. It was all, people were bringing booze, everyone was bombed, shouldn't have been bringing alcohol in there, so they cracked down on it. Well, this year it happened in Grand Haven, and they cleared the beach. Oh, really? Like hours before they were supposed to on, let's see, I think that happened on Sunday night or Monday night. I'm not sure, but everybody was there. And in the story, it started out, according to Fox 17, as a dance-off. Oh, and legit. They got... Who writes their copy? It's a dance-off? No, that's what happened. There was a big circle of people, and they were like break dancing? I don't know. It said there was a dance-off that went down. Okay. And people were like, I don't know, I guess you get in the middle and dance, and if it works out well, you I don't know, survive, or they kill you other than that. So everybody was bombed, and then it turned to a big fight. Cops go in there, clear everybody out, and you've got the people that show up to the beach just for the day, and then you got the people, the campers, who are now like, wait a minute, what's going on? Right. We're camping there, so it just turned into chaos. So, anyway, Christie orders the beaches closed, obviously, because the government shuts down. Then all of a sudden, these pictures emerged the next day, or actually 48 hours later, from a drone looking down at him and his family alone on this beach, enjoying the sun. At one point, he's looking up at the drone with this look on his face. I'm effed. And the picture itself is kind of funny. The aerial one from 1,000 feet up, because there's nobody on the beach. No one. And there's like a little cluster of people just sitting there enjoying the sun. He's right in the middle of it. Gets worse though, because while that was weird, and everybody lit him up. Everybody lit this guy up. After those photos were taken on Sunday, Christie had to go to the Capitol, which is Trenton, for a press conference. And then he's supposed to be talking about what services are available for people and things like that. And of course,